Evening everyone, welcome to Lifegroup. What we're going to be doing tonight is thinking about the sermon that we looked at on Sunday from Philippians chapter 3, where we saw that Paul was able to thrive under lockdown. Many of us, myself included, don't feel like we've been thriving over the last 6 months. Maybe we've just about been making it through in the Christian life, or maybe we've really been struggling. Well, what we see in the person of Paul is somebody who was able to thrive during lockdown, was able to be thinking of others, caring for others, were able to be confident and thankful because of what we look at tonight in Philippians chapter 3, because he is driven to want to know Christ and to want to be with Christ. We see that in Philippians 3 verse 10 and 11. And then we saw on Sunday that there were 4 things just to pull out for us. Maybe the last 6 months have been really difficult, maybe we really struggled as a Christian, but what I want us to do tonight is to look forward and to think, how can we live for and honour Christ now? And there were 4 things that I pulled out from the text on Sunday, 4 things that we shouldn't be doing, 4 things that we could leave behind. And they were this. Firstly, don't think you're the finished article. It's really clear from the Apostle Paul that even though he is really a mature Christian, he doesn't think he's there yet. He doesn't think he's the finished article. He's able to say, I want to know Christ better. He's running and pushing on in the Christian life. He's not settled for a thin relationship with Christ. He's not settled and given up and sat down. He wants to know Christ better and better and better. And so the challenge to us is to not settle, is to not just kind of stop running, to not think that we're there, to not think that we've arrived, but actually there is so much more for us to get to know of Christ and to honour him and to serve him, to participate in his sufferings, to grow to know Jesus through serving him. So don't think you're there. The second thing we saw, that we shouldn't dwell on the past. Paul says he forgets what's behind. So for him, forgetting about all this good stuff, but also forgetting what is behind in our past, maybe the bad stuff. Instead of dwelling on the past, Paul says, no, forget what's behind. And then thirdly, he says, don't think you're in charge. Paul says that he realises whilst he's running, that it is actually because Christ has taken hold of him, because Christ has this prize for him. Ultimately, the reason we are Christians is because God is at work. And so don't think that it's down to us. It's down to God being at work. So don't think you're the finished article. Don't dwell on the past. Don't think you're in charge. And the fourth thing that we saw was that we don't focus on the present. Even though Paul is pressing on and he's running and he's doing all of these things, that the reason that he's doing that is not because he's focused on the present. It's because he's focused on the future. The thing that drives Paul is that one day he will be with Christ. He wants to be raised from the dead with Christ to attain the prize for which God has called him heavenward. And so the way to live during lockdown is actually to not focus on what's going on here, but to live in light of eternity. So we're going to just chat that through a bit more in our groups now. So over to you.